now, then I won't forget, because otherwise once it gets started, I'll probably completely forget to record it. So we're just waiting. We're going to literally hang on for a couple of minutes, and then in fact what I'll do is pause recording, because resume recording. Great. So I think we're all up and running. So okay, fine. So literally I'm just going to give a quick brief overview of why I started as coaching, and then I'm going to dive into the presentation, keep it as short and as succinct as possible, and then if you've got any questions at the end, you can just, you know, feel free to ask, or, you know, you're all unmuted, so just, you know, jump in if you like, and I'll try and stay on track as much as possible because I'm a bit of a squirrel brain. So first and foremost, thank you for your time today, and sort of just going over briefly why because I was really skeptical when I was first invited to coaching. I was just like, you know, we all have that like inbuilt resistance to something new. You sort of get invited to something and you automatically, your brain says, no, that's not for me. And so I ignored the invite several times over. I was already a therapist. I'd gone through this really awful divorce, and then my dad had died pretty much at the same sort of time. And I knew that I always wanted to be a mum. I wanted to stay at home and look after my kids. And for me, that was the absolute most important thing. Whether we'd lived in a shed and we'd slept in hammocks, I wouldn't have cared, because all I wanted to do was to create a foundation of relative happiness and security for us. And that's when coaching came into my life. So I'd actually I am a helicopter pilot. But helicopters cost an awful lot of money. I was running a company to help finance that. It costs a lot of money to maintain. And especially in the UK, as Jill Hughes will know, the weather's atrocious. So, you know, if I was like, say, up in Manchester and the weather closed in, I wouldn't be able to fly back to collect the kids from school. They were both really little. And I didn't want them worrying that mum wasn't going to come home, because it's not the safest of careers. So, I decided to put that on hold. I moved away from that, and in fact, I Googled what's the profession that people love doing the most, and massage therapist popped up. Well, I've always liked, you know, I'm interested in health and wellness. I'm interested in how the body works. So I thought, great, I'll become a massage therapist. So I did that. And then I got a bit bored with just massage. I like how the brain works and how the human, you know, how we behave as human beings. And so I decided to become a psychotherapist, and I do hypnotherapy too. Love that. But then the other reason I decided to do online health and fitness coaching is because I live in the middle of nowhere. So the footfall past my front door is not huge. So to actually have those face-to-face meetings is fairly tough when you're a good sort of 15 minutes drive away from the local town. And also, even when you're getting paid reasonably well, you need a lot of those meetings in order to make enough that when you go on holiday, it doesn't matter. If you're ill, it doesn't matter. And I was just getting burnt out, and I was losing my passion for it. So the fact that I could actually scale this business up, this online health and fitness business, was what really appealed to me. And because we get such amazing training, like for instance, social media training, it's like we've got a degree in social media. We learn so many of the ins and outs of social media, and just becoming a leader and becoming a better person and becoming more confident. Because when I started, I was critically shy. I mean, I even hid in the toilet in a networking, like a personal development conference. I went and hid in the toilet during the lunch break, because it was just like, oh, I've got to talk to people and I don't know what to say. And the thought of doing this then would have literally, I'd have rather died. If somebody had said, shall I poke your eyes out on sticks, or you're going to do like a coach discovery webinar, I'd have gone for the eyes out on sticks option, because it was just terrifying. So, you know, I want you to, a lot of people say to me, I would never be able to do what you do. And you can never compare your first step with somebody else's 800th step. You know, it's a process, and it's something that I feel I've developed massively as an individual as since becoming an online health and fitness coach. On every level, way more than I could ever have anticipated. So yes, this is a network marketing company, but however, we call it a multi-level helping company, because our ethics, the way the company is run, is so much better than a lot of the stuff that you see out there. And I'm not dissing the other companies. There are some amazing companies, but I am really tooting our horn because the whole way we approach the business, and particularly the way we approach our team, and I know Tiffany can attest to this, is we're very much a community, we're very much a family, and we value literally every single person who's either in our boot camp or who joins our team. Because if you're investing time in our community, if you're investing time with us, whether that's for us to help you with your business or for us to help you with your health and fitness, we have an obligation to you to deliver our utmost care. And so for anybody who wants to make a successful career out of online health and fitness coaching, you really have to have that passion to help other people. But you've also got to have that really burning desire to want more for yourself, because there will be times when you just think, that's scary. I don't want to do that, but I know I've got to, type thing. And so, that's pretty much just sort of in a nutshell, because I don't want to go on about me too much. So I'm going to just share the screen, and then I can take you through the presentation that I've got, and it'll also help keep me on track, and it gives you a few visuals of things that you can see. So let me just see if I can get my screen shared. Right, if I just change my page. Oops, I didn't mean that to come up. So here we go. So this is the beginning of it, and Coach Discovery webinar. So this is what we're going to cover: who we are, what we do as coaches, actually how we do the business, why you should join our team, because obviously there's lots of teams in the network, how we earn an income, the benefits of becoming a coach, the 3 different pathways of signing up as a coach, frequently asked questions, and also what you can expect, if you decide that this is for you. So I'll just go down into the next page. And this image here pretty much sums up what coaching is. There's a lot of free trips. There's a lot of opportunities for us to get together. And it really depends what your drivers are. For me, I'm not a particularly, rank doesn't make much difference to me. Freedom is a big one for me. But having said that, our community, I never realized how much I would appreciate the community until I became part of it. I've always been somebody who says, nah, women en masse, no thank you. And actually, because everybody's really uplifting and they're really fun, and we really pour into each other. We share so many of our resources. It's not like, oh, I've got this really clever thing I'm just going to share with like my top coaches, and we're not going to let anyone else know. Across the network, we share all of our resources, and I mean, there's so much information. You probably would be better if we didn't share quite so much stuff, because it's like, well, shall I use that one or this one or that one? But the great thing is there's something that appeals to everybody. So just a brief overview of our history. I'm not going to go into it in any great detail. You'll see those images across the top. We now have like the sweat flicks of workouts, so people stream the workouts instead of like in the olden days when I started, we used the DVDs. Obviously, our superfood shake is one of our main products. It's one of our top sellers. And there are various other bits. So we've got like nutrition packages. We've got over 1,800 workouts now within our Beachbody library, and we're constantly adding to those. Some of these sort of the main ones you may know the names of P90X, Insanity, 21 Day Fix, Turbo Fire. The actual whole concept of Beachbody came around because John Congdon and Carl Deichler, our CEO and Chief Financial Officer, they literally realized that I think they called it $1 million body back in the day. It's just like, yeah. Personally, I think they should be corporate. I actually don't like the name Beachbody, because like it sort of conjures up images of Pamela Anderson running down the beach in a bikini and sort of going to rescue people and stuff. So I really, for me, it's just like, oh, I wish they could have named it something different. But back in the day, I think it was $1 Million Body, which is like even worse. So let's just be thankful for small graces. So they started up in 1998, and then they realized that there was like this blog on the website, and people were supporting each other, and they were, celebrating each other's successes and asking questions, and people that knew the answers were answering them. And they saw that there was this big gap in the market for accountability, for peer support, which is what we as coaches do now. So it doesn't matter that you're not like a fitness professional. You don't need to have nutritional qualifications. If you do, great, you can bring that into the way you look after your customers, but you don't need that. So the most important thing to be a coach is that you have a good work ethic, and that actually that you're willing and open to learn, because you'll be taught absolutely everything you need to know from the business. So just want to sort of go over that briefly, just sort of give you an idea. Now, our team is called Team Heart Health Hustle. And out of those 3 words, heart is the biggest one, 100%. We are one of the smaller teams because we feel very strongly that when people come into our team culture, we treat everybody as a human being. There are other teams in the network, and they'll take on a lot of coaches every month. And I know this because I know some of those coaches, and they're just a number. And unless they're like one of the higher performers, they just get lost in the sort of the myriad of other coaches that are there. And we have people from the top teams leaving and joining our team, and I've got several of them because you have to wait for 6 months. If you join a team and you want to leave as a coach to join a new team, you do have to wait for 6 months, which is fair enough. And I would not recommend somebody leaving a team, because culture is only an aspect of it. You know, if you've got the right attitude, you can make it work, whether you're in a good team or not. But I think there is a benefit, there is a real benefit when you join a team where we're really here to support you. We're not just here to sign you up and say, oh, there's the coach training, you know, get on with it and let me know if you've got any problems. We are here for you literally pretty much all the time. We do, in fact, I'll break down, because I'm sort of skipping ahead of myself. So, but I will break down, you know, how we support you and how that sort of works. So, have I got anything else that I wanted to say? Oh, yeah, just on this one too, we come from all sorts of different backgrounds. So we've got accountants, lawyers, barristers, firefighters, hairdressers, therapists, waitresses, bookkeepers. You know, you can come from any walk of life, and it all boils down to the fact that, again, if you've got a good work ethic, if you like helping other people, you're willing to learn, you will really succeed in this business. The business is not hard. In fact, it's so easy that I think it's really easy not to do as well. We follow, I wish I'd brought it with me, we've got a daily checklist. It's called the Success Tracker. And
I got one.
Just a matter of, oh great, Tiffany, you've got yours there. Can you all see Tiffany's Success Tracker?
Yeah.
Yeah. And essentially that's pretty much what we follow on a daily basis. So you just tick off boxes, and it's, you know, have you been a product of the product? Yeah. Have you had your shake? Have you done your workout? Yes. Have you done some personal development? Because personal development is a really important part of the business, because it's a bit like a marriage. When things are going fine, it's just like, oh, I love and butterflies and everything's beautiful and it's la-di-da and everything's pink. And then you have an argument and then maybe another argument, and it's just like, cripes, what do I do now? How do I get out of this? And it's those days when you're tired, you're not getting the responses that you're hoping to get, you're doing everything that you think that you're doing right, and still, for whatever reason, the universe is not aligning in your favor. And that's when personal development's incredibly important, because it's all about maintaining that momentum, maintaining that behavior, so that you can work through that, because we all go through those phases. And to be quite honest, there's not an all we can do is control what we can control, and that's doing that daily checklist. The beauty of that is that we do Monday to Friday, we all work our businesses together. If you want to, somebody else has just joined. Let me just let this person in. Hi Mirella. She might not be able to hear yet. Just welcome her in. Hey Mirella.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
So we've started already, but I am recording it. So, I can send you the recording once we finish this as well, if you'd like to, so that you get.
Yes, I would.
Cool.
I would definitely do. Yeah.
Excellent. So I'm right at the moment, I'm sort of explaining about what we do as a sort of daily basis as a coach. So just going back to the sort of those daily behaviors, we work our businesses together, if you want to, Monday to Friday. And we just do it's called like an action hour, so that It's a great place for you to ask questions, or, you know, maybe somebody sent you a message and you're not entirely sure how best to respond to it. We do all that together, and that's not, in fact, I don't know any other team that does a Monday to Friday action hour. I'm sure there are teams out there, but that, again, that's one, we want to make sure that you know what you're doing, that you feel comfortable, because I think one of the greatest reasons people don't take action, it's not because they're lazy, it's because they're not entirely sure what they're supposed to be doing. And if you can breed that confidence and help the coaches, your coaches, get started, well, you know, the battle is already won. And, you know, we share all, like I said earlier, we share all our resources. And so that boils down, right at the moment, I run all the challenge groups, I run the free groups, which makes perfect sense, because as a new coach, you don't want to be thinking, bloody hell, now I've got to run a boot camp, and I've never run a boot camp in my life, you know. So we do like team-wide groups, which is great because there's nice community and we all plug into it. So I will just go on to the next slide if I can make my cursor work. So what do? We literally do change lives. It's not just the fitness, it's not just the nutrition. Mindset plays a massive, massive role in this. And people say to me, yeah, but I go to the gym, I get all my workouts done. Yeah, but I bet your private trainer or the person hosting the class at the gym, they're not there to check on how your nutrition's doing. They're not there to pick you up when something awful happens in your life and there's no sense of support for you. You know, you're there for the class that you take, or, you know, you're there for your monthly membership, or however that works. Within our private accountability groups, we look at every aspect of health. And it doesn't mean you need to come in as a psychotherapist or anything. It's just that we make sure we're sleeping well, we make sure we're drinking enough water, our food is on point. We try and encourage people to drink our Shakeology, because it's like a superfood that literally makes you feel amazing. It's not forced on you. And obviously do the workouts. But the great thing about the accountability group, it's a private, safe community. And that is what makes us so different from a lot of, in fact, every other marketing company out there, I think. I don't think there is one that does literally all, you know, the fitness, the support, and the nutrition and the mindset piece like we do. So we are cheerleaders. We basically help people. We align them with a fitness program. As a new coach, obviously, you'd need to have a little look in the back office to sort of have a look at the workouts. Some of you may be familiar with some of the workouts already that we do. You would also do a workout program yourself. It's the best way to learn about the products. But, you know, again, that we will do, you know, if you decide you want to join us, we'll do like we have like a 7-day coach quick start training, and then we'll plug you in. We'll obviously have a one-on-one call with you, plug you into our coach training academy, so that you've got access to all the resources that you would need. And part of also that, building your coaching business, would be also to eventually bring people into your team. Now, when I first heard that, I was thinking, that's scary. But actually, it's just part of the process. You will find that as you develop as a coach, you'll start to become more familiar with what it is that we do as coaches. But if you want to build an income, yes, you can just build it off retail commissions, but that's going to be hard work long term. If you want to build residual income and passive income, then you get to change people's lives by offering the coaching opportunity. And again, it's not like you're having to teach somebody how to run a business. All our training does that for you. And in fact, you don't even need to host a webinar like this, because we host a webinar. So on your behalf, if that were the case, or we've got like documents that you can send as well, if that's what works easier for you. But it's about plugging people into this amazing career path that we have. And, you know, when you think about it, people say, oh, I'm a little bit embarrassed about offering the coaching opportunity. But why? Right now, especially with COVID-19, there are so many people that need a career. And this is the best, I think it's the best job. You work your own hours, you work as many hours or as few hours as you want to, you know, and you get to prioritize your own health and fitness. Yes, if you can dedicate more time to it, you're likely to grow faster. But a lot of our top coaches started with literally just 1 hour a day, and they worked it around their current business. You know, people say to me, "Oh, I'm too busy." Well, no, that's just that's because I think it's just an excuse or some internal resistance. We have coaches that have got they've got 3 kids at their ankles. They're full-time lawyer or accountant or waitress or whatever it might be, working sort of 15, 16, 17, 18 hours a day. In fact, one coach I know, she used to work 19 hours a day. She was a waitress and a hairdresser, didn't have kids, but you know, she was still working like mad. And she's a really strong, she hit the million club last year. So she's, you know, it is doable. It's just, I think it's having that willingness to do it and just be open to, you've got 10 minutes here, so do one of those things on that checklist. You've got another 10 minutes there, do another couple of things on that checklist, and that builds up that momentum. So sharing, not selling. Now, a lot of people say to me, and I was like this too, I don't want to sell. And I think the difference is you don't want to be pushy, because we're all selling all the time. If you want to get your kid to eat broccoli in the evening, you're selling that broccoli somehow, shape or form. Whether you're making a pretty face out of it, whether you're putting a pretty sauce on top, you're still selling. You know, I'm selling now. I'm selling my personality to you. Yeah. And, you know, I'm not forcing you to do anything. And I think the difference is that we don't want to be pushy. And the way we approach the business is we have the inviting process is, if you have a look on my feed, I'm often sharing lifestyle tips. And sometimes occasionally I'll have like a call to action post, which is like a public invite. So it's saying, today I'm running a coach webinar. If you know, if you're this sort of person, that sort of person, you're looking to enhance your career or whatever it is, dream bigger, then DM me for more information. That's a public invite. Now, people who like that or comment on that or are watching my coaching stories, so they're following me on a daily basis and I'm seeing their names popping up, those people have shown an interest in something that I'm doing. They may not be interested in the coaching opportunity. They may not be interested in the boot camp. They might just like following along. So if they're not interested in either of those things, I'm not going to waste my time keep saying, do you want to join? Do you want to join? Do you want to join? Because yes, that's really annoying. But the ones that have said, yes, I would like to learn more, those are the ones we then send information to. And so, you know, it's not like you're not just grabbing somebody off the street and saying, I have this amazing product and you need to buy it right now. It's we're inviting people into our community. Oops. It's all right, we've got 10 minutes left before this finishes. Before, you know, in a very non-pushy, salesy way. So I hope that's sort of gone over that in a little bit of detail, because it is very much about, it's about sharing and not selling. So just I have to race through this a bit now. So how we earn income, retail commissions. Oh, retain, I've got a spelling error there. Retail commission. So whenever anybody joins our boot camp, you are going to be making around 40 to 50 pounds or dollars on each person that signs up with a challenge pack, which is the workouts and the either Shakeology or the performance line. There are various types of bonuses. I mean, I'm not going to go into these in detail because they're very complicated and they're quite deep. However, I just wanted to show you the amount of bonuses that we do have. And when you hit a certain rank, so the diamond bonus, you get like a quarterly bonus that starts at around about £1,000 or dollars a month as the basic bonus, up to 40, 50, 60,000 dollars or pounds a quarter. So you can see then it becomes like monopoly money, and it's kind of like way out there. But I do have a very detailed compensation plan that if you're interested in this, I can send to you, which goes in a lot of detail. We also get really cool trips, free trips, all expenses paid trips, get a lot of prizes for performing well and for just literally bringing 3 people into a boot camp a month, you get prizes for. So I just want you to understand there is enormous potential with this business. But it's kind of so crazy potential that I don't want to sort of put you off, because you might think, well, that's ridiculous. I can't make multi-millions. The coaches that hit the ground running, you're looking at about sort of, well, we're part of the 4-time top performing top team of the entire network. And I think Melanie hit, I can't remember her millions. It was year 3 or 4. It was nuts, you know.
Yeah.
And she continues to grow that. Oh, and here's just a few images just to sort of give you an idea of the type of income you can be looking at when you do have to show up daily or most days to do your action hour. But bloody hell, would I rather work my business 5 hours a day and have no cap on my income, or would I rather work 8 hours a day for somebody and not get paid for it very well? I know what I'd rather have. So yeah, I mean, I've gone over some of these aspects already. So why join our team? Everything is duplicatable. That's the beauty of the business. Everything that we've created, it's duplicatable. So, you know, there's the presentation, there's your presentation, it's all the same. We have what happens if somebody wants to sign up as a coach, follow this step, this step, this step, this step, and you go through it. We have this amazing coach training academy that takes you from literally a tiny baby coach through to the most advanced level of coach that you could possibly want to be. And it's like this enormous resource. So if you're saying, oh, I need an image for this, you know where it's going to be. It's going to be in that coach training academy. It's got literally everything in there. I've mentioned our daily action hours. We have, at the moment, I'm going to be doing fortnightly team calls, because with us having our daily get-togethers, I don't think we need to have long weekly team calls. But then when there is some news in the network that I think is really important, I would just jump into our team page and we talk about it. So, you know, don't feel that there's only like 2 points of contact a month. There's masses point. I mean, we're constantly in the page, so in our group. And one-on-one calls. So, you know, if you say, yes, I'm really interested in this, we will have a one-on-one call. We'll chat about your goals, chat about your needs, chat about your dreams, and put an action plan in place for you. And remember, you are not a number. You will really be valued when you decide to join, because that pretty much is the ethos of our community. Everybody is a valuable member, whether you want to hit the ground running or whether you just want to join and get the, you know, the discount on the products, because that's one of the options. Now that takes me on to this. This image just shows you the 3 types of coaches that there are. There's the discount coach. That's literally somebody who joins the boot camp but wants the coach discount, which is 25% on all our products. You can be a hobby coach, so you just sort of want to make, I don't know, $500 a month, £500 a month, or you want to be a business builder and you really want to go for it. And even if you've just got an hour a day and you say to me, I want to be a business builder, we will structure our action hour in such a way, which is what Tiffany and I do, in such a way that you're really focusing on those core business building activities first of all, so that you can incorporate the most important aspects. And then when you get faster at those, we'll then add in the other little bits that sort of put the cherry on the top of the cake. Most people start with the challenge pack or the deluxe pack. That's basically the workouts and either the Shakeology or the performance line. And when you get a challenge pack, your coach sign-up fee of $40 is waived. There is a monthly back office fee, but we deal with no returns. We don't have any customer service problems because that's all dealt with corporate. They ship everything out. We don't have to buy any inventory. And also your coach monthly fee is a tax write-off. Some people claim their Shakeology and products against their tax as well. I would advise you to talk to your tax person about that, because some people say yes you can and other people say it's a choice, you don't have to have those products. So you know, get your own advice on that. And then next step, so if you decide that this is for you, you don't, you know, we have taken 5 people on this month. We don't take on a large number of people every month because we want to make sure we get you set up properly, and we want to know that we get to know you individually as people as well. But you will decide which product or pack you want to start with. We'll help you do that. You will then get a coach welcome email from us, which gives you all the important group links to be part of. So that's our team page, our current boot camp. You'll be added to the Coach Basics training, and then you'll be then put into our Coach Training Academy. So the Coach Basics is the real sort of, it's really short, bite-sized training just to give you a good overview. It's all self-paced, and then the Coach Training Academy takes you right from beginning to super advanced, and there isn't, you know, you can, it's as advanced as you want to go. So if this sounds like something that you are keen to do, then please just get back in touch with us as soon as possible, so that we want to start our coach mentorship training on Monday. Again, that will be recorded, but that's just a sort of like an overview of the business, an introduction to the business, and our tips to sort of get you started on the right path. But you will also have your one-on-one. We'll also have, you know, there'll be a lot of resources that come your way. And that's pretty much it. So I know we've got like probably sort of I've got a couple of minutes left before we get booted off. Does anybody have any questions?
I'll send you a mail. I've got a few questions, but I'll send you a mail. I just want to sort of put it down as I can think clearly about it.
Sure.
Okay, so I'll get back to you definitely.
Yeah, okay, absolutely. I mean, don't worry about I'll quickly go over some that people worry about. No social media experience. You get taught all that. You're shy. Don't worry, it'll help you get beyond that. As an individual, my boundaries were so weak, and now it's just like, no way, mate. My boundaries are really well defined, thank you. But I didn't have that before I started as a coach. Tiffany, can you think of any other ones quickly that I'm trying to sort of think off the top of my head that people are worried about?
Meeting new people, how to connect.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like just sharing our story. You know, that's pretty much what we do. The beauty of that's a really good point, is that by sharing your story on social media, you enable people to get to know you, particularly with like Instagram stories. It's a great way, you know, there's nothing organized or pre-recorded. It's just you as you show up in your life. And the most important thing to remember is that we're all humans, and we're all living our very messy human lives. And you know, I think that's what makes you more identifiable, and it makes people trust you more. And you know, none of us are perfect at this. We're all learning as we go along. So, right, you guys, I know. Sorry, who?
I think the one thing that stands out about you is that